Hello guys, my name is Alin. I work for Patriot, and on this week episode of Bolts and Holes, broadcast Bryce is down with Rachel. Rachel is over here by my side. Henry, who's helped many Patriot Sealing division, and we will be talking about metal and gasket compatibility. The exciting of a blower flange connection. I'm sorry about my English, is not good at all, but I'm gonna try. And these guys sit down over here, show some part we have to flow through in the shop. They're talking about the recent outdoor adventure in Concan, Texas. You can find all these more week episode of Bolts and Holes.
Boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my boats and hoes. Boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my.
All right, welcome everybody to episode number 1313, Lucky 13 of Bolts and Hose podcast.
How do you say that in Spanish?
What, 13?
13.
I don't know.
Trece?
No, I don't think so.
Once, doce, trece, or is it
Obviously, they have way too much to drink.
DSC Trace? One of the two.
What are we drinking there, Bryce?
I'm drinking, it's called the Rum Springer.
You didn't give me the same thing?
No, you got a Mosaic. You said something light.
All right, okay.
So I got you the light.
So tell us the story behind your Rum Springer.
The Rum Springer, it's a fruity, hazy IPA. And I was told that Rum Springer is an Amish term that they let...
You're going to screw this story up so bad.
They let the Amish people go out and experience the world, but they have to come back after their Rum Springer.
So I hear there's like no rules on that either. They just do whatever. It's like Hunter Biden on steroids.
What was that movie, the bowling movie with Woody Harrelson and Quaid, Dennis Quaid, and he was an Amish bowler? I don't remember, and he didn't. Woody Harrelson lost his hand.
I can't remember.
Oh, it was a good movie.
Oh, but we digress.
Yeah, real quick.
All right, so Bryce and I are back from our expedition out in West Texas. That was a really cool trip. This is the 4th of July edition. We sent out the memo this morning, but obviously Bryce didn't get that. He's got this same shirt. It was either the rompers or this. And,
you look at that. There's a golf ball on it. You wear that when you go golfing on the 4th of July, not for a podcast on the 4th of July.
You know, maybe I'm going golfing later.
I'm wearing my Patriot red,
I
white.
think we both look sharp. We both look very sharp.
Very.
So we got a cool show today. We have Rachel Henry, who manages or helps manages our gasket facility here in Humboldt, which is just across the parking lot from Patriot Bolt. So she will be joining us. Bryce will be doing a little interview with her. We'll talk about our capabilities there, some of the recent cool orders that we've shipped out, and throw a little gasket into the bolts and hose mix.
We like to call that a Q&A, right? Q&A.
Sure.
It stands for questions and answers, just in case you didn't know that.
Yeah. We forgot to go back and give Alex, our wonderful machinist, a thank you for the warm introduction.
He did a great job. Alex is the man. He
Alex,
has a really
love him. He's one of the characters we've had out in the shop, and he's one of our favorites. So he's great.
He's going to come on the podcast more too.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
I think he'll do like a little cameo spot. You remember how David Letterman used to send out a guy and he would be out in the street and he would do like a remote thing? And
Jimmy Kimmel does it too.
I think we'll like send him out with a camera and a mic, and we can like talk to him while he's out.
He wants to come on and show his dance moves off.
I think that would be awesome.
He always is. He's in front of the machine like doing dance moves.
Yeah, I mean the possibility that you have doing a podcast, it's just endless.
Yeah.
So it's great. So and then we'll have some parts of the week. Bryce has grabbed some really cool parts. This is a little different than what we've shown in the past. I think this will be really neat.
It's always my goal. Something different. So we'll bring on Rachel next.
Yeah, here we go. So we'll cut this out, and Rachel will be right back with us. Cheers, brother.
To all of our loyal podcast listeners, we have Rachel Henry in the building today. Rachel, grab your beer. Let's get a cheers in. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. I'm glad you could join us today.
Me too.
So Rachel does, I think, a little bit everything in the sealing division, Patriot Sealing Technologies. They're right next door to Patriot Bolt. Obviously, it's our gasket division. Tell us a little bit more about what you do over there.
Well, I'm in sales, so from quoting to entering your order to providing tracking, that's pretty much it.
You're the gal.
And
She's been known to go out and face some gaskets from time to time, right?
when need be.
When need be.
Anytime.
I've come over there and seen your hands a little dirty before.
Yeah, you have. I mean, we do what we can to get the job done.
Yeah, you have to. It's one big happy family, right?
That is true.
Got to take care of the customer.
That is true.
So, okay, I guess tell me a little bit about your background. Where did you come from?
I came from a company called Kolb Rubber,
Okay.
and they specialize more on the soft gasket side
Got it.
of gasket manufacturing, and then some metallics, so it wasn't too big of a jump
Sure.
when I moved to Patriot.
All the same, just different material, right?
That is
pretty
true,
much.
yes. But we focus more on custom metallic gaskets,
Yep.
so camps, DJs, ring joint gaskets, that kind of thing. That's more on.
So you're already a gasket guru,
That is true.
right? So what about Patriot Sealing? What would you say Patriot Sealing is really, really good at?
We are good at custom gasket manufacturing
Okay.
as far as metallics go, out of not just your standardized stainless steel 304 316,
Yep.
but we also branch out into more high performance alloys such as Hastelloy or Monel or alloy 20. That
Sure,
kind of thing.
all the exotics, right? So you stock a lot of inventory. There's a lot of, commodity spiral wounds,
Of course,
right?
yes. So all your standardized spiral wounds, RTJs out of low carbon steel, soft iron, those are going to be more shelved items.
Yep.
And then we'll stock your roll goods and sheet out of our exotic metallics, and then just manufacture per request based on whatever.
How do you make a cam profile gasket?
So cam profile gaskets, what we'll do is we will cut the body of the gasket out of a sheet using our laser, and then that body will move to our cam profile machine where you'll have serrations put in the body, rib placement done, and then facing, a soft gasket material facing will be put on, which is primarily going to be graphite or PTFE. That will be applied to the faces on both surface faces of the gasket.
So you have the laser.
We do.
It's a bad mamma jamma, right?
It absolutely
It's
is.
a fiber laser.
It is.
What's the bed on it? 4x10, I
Yes.
think, right?
Yes, it is.
So you can put a 4x10 sheet up there. You can cut out a one-piece construction, or you can strip it out and bend and weld,
That's
right?
true.
And then you can groove the cam profiles on there.
Yes.
So how about this? What's your favorite gasket you've ever made?
My favorite gasket that we've ever made has to be we made a 96-inch cam, which was the biggest one we've made to date. Not necessarily that we can't make larger, but to
Sure.
date, 96 inches. It had a very intricate rib pattern put in, and it took a while, but that was our.
How long did it take you to make?
It took us. Well, there was only one of those.
Yeah.
So
one piece.
One piece.
Yep.
It took start to finish 48 hours.
Wow, that's still impressive. I mean, that's a lot of work to make a 96-inch metallic gasket that has to be machined, faced,
Yes.
ribs, welded, all the above, right?
Then you have to manufacture a crate big enough
Yeah.
to sit it in.
That is something that people, I think, always forget about. I honestly always forget about that too. You're out selling big cam profiles, and then
Then you have to safely
forget.
get it from point A to point B.
How do you get it there? And so that is something that, you build crates in-house.
Yes, we do.
It's crazy. They're not only machinists, but they're carpenters in
Yeah.
Patriot Sealing Technologies.
Our own in-house carpenter, Pedro.
Yeah, right. Yep. So what else? What other kind of alloys you guys stock? Because I think you have to have material on the ground for what you do, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. So as far as our exotic alloys, you're going to see, Hastelloy, Inconel, duplex, super duplex, 316, 304. We'll throw in some 317 every now and then,
Sure.
some alloy 20, but yes, we keep those readily available.
You can make them fast too, right?
Yes, we can.
So I think the sealing company is a lot like the bolt company, and that our focus is the specials, right? And we can turn things around very quickly. Telling us mentioned before we started the podcast, I mean, some cool orders. What was it? A handful of gaskets you made in one week. How many was it?
We did. We manufactured 63 cams in under a week, start to finish, from order entry to delivery. We got it there in under a week.
Very impressive. So were you out there helping with that one? I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was all hands on deck on that one.
Sure. And then so ring joints too, I think that's something else that, they stock the ring joints over there. We have material we can actually pull over to the bolt side. We can machine ring joints, special ring joints, and I know we partner up quite a bit on that.
We do, yeah. So your standard ring joints would be on the shelf, but we do also offer custom manufactured out of exotic alloys. Again, those same high performance alloys. We can manufacture your RTJs out of it in relatively the same amount of time, but it really just depends on what your quantity is, what the size is.
I think that's the biggest thing is ring joints. It's a lot tougher to make a 96-inch ring joint.
Of course it is.
Well, we brought some show and tell items. You want to run through them? Show us what you got.
Sure.
Big hula hoops.
Tiny hoops. Compared to 96 inches.
Exactly.
These are a couple examples of some cams. You've got a 304 cam faced in graphite, and then a 304 cam faced in our EPTFE facing. It is. And let's see, what else we got?
Those look good.
Thank you.
We got ring joints, we got some spirals,
We've got some custom windings over here. Again, same concept, same material. One has a filler material graphite, one has a filler material PTFE. And just based on request, we can turn those out, same day, next day, whatever you need.
And so you said, as far as the capabilities go, you have some new equipment that you just rolled in, right?
Yes, we have some new cam profile machines coming in, being installed. That's going to eliminate any side. It's basically going to give us the ability to create a small cam from 2 inches up to endless size, 100 inches, over 100 inches, whatever you need. We'll have the equipment to be able to turn.
So you can do like small bonnet gaskets when someone's upgrading a bonnet gasket, like a winding to a cam profile. I think that's a big industry for
yes,
right?
Of course, yes. We'll be able to do that, and as well as any of your, your office gasket requirements, same thing. We'll be able to manufacture those.
So what are you drinking over there, Rachel?
I'm drinking the Italian.
The Italian? What's that? Okay. Fair enough. How is it? Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Are you a beer drinker?
Yes.
Really? Is that your choice if you're going to go out and on the night in the town? Are you going to have beer or?
No, if I'm going out, it'll be vodka. But
vodka and what?
Here's a good second.
No way.
On the rocks.
Really?
Yes.
Impressive, that a girl. What kind of vodka, Rachel?
My preferred is going to be a Stoli Elite vodka.
Elite?
If I have a choice, but I'd settle for Grey Goose or
Tito's has got to be a go-to. I mean, it's Texas made.
It is. Yeah, Tito's, fantastic mixer. Love it.
Have you ever had potato vodka?
Potato vodka.
It's great. No hangover.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I challenge you to drink as much as you can in the evening, and you will not be hungover.
Challenge accepted.
Gladly take that challenge.
We have a long weekend here, so we've got the 4th of July coming up. So, go get them, Tiger.
Will do.
Well, what else you got, Rachel? Anything else you want to hit on?
Probably flange ice.
Maybe we can stop it and start it back over. How about that? That's good. We had a little technical difficulty, but so Rachel has a isolation kit.
Isolation kits.
So what is an isolation?
So your isolation kits are used to insulate the flange to prevent electrolytic corrosion within the flange. It consists of 3 major components. You've got your sealing element, which is your gasket that goes inside the isolation kit. You've got the sleeves and your washers. You typically have double washers there.
So the sleeves will go over the bolts.
Yes,
Right.
that's right.
And then you'll have some that are some steel washers and then a cathodic protection washer as well.
Typically, it's going to be G10,
Same.
phenolic, that type of thing.
Yeah. So you guys are stocking those.
Yes, we do stock them in-house. All the styles, you're going to have, your Type E, your Type F, and we'll keep those readily available.
And we're manufacturing over in Dubai. We're also manufacturing a little bit here. We're getting into the fire safe side. We're getting into the high-end isolation kits. What's the name of the Patriot brand fire safe? Guardian. The Guardian. The Guardian. It's a great name. Not a great name of a baseball team, but it is a great name for an isolation.
Fantastic.
Yes. So yeah, we're stocking those over there, full line in stock, ready to move.
Yes, sir. We are. They're on the shelf, ready to be delivered.
Cool.
Send me your requests.
Yeah, bring it on. So Patriot Sealing, what's the website?
PatriotSealing.com.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Sales at PatriotSealing.com. RFQ at PatriotSealing.com for all of your gasket needs.
That is correct. Be happy to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been fun, Rachel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
As always. So we're going to do a quick interview with an intern that we have working with us this summer. Her name is Debbie, aka Deborah. What is your real name?
Deborah.
Deborah?
Legal name.
Legal name?
Yeah.
But we can call you Debbie. Deb?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's okay. What's your last name?
Her and Margaret.
Got it.
I'm actually in the process of changing it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to repeat that. Harry, and Margaret. I think I did it, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, close enough. Well, thanks for joining us. So what are you helping us out with? This
Finance.
finance.
Accounting.
The money
Yes.
side. So is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to go into some sort of finance, accounting, CPA?
Yeah. I see people do sales here though. So.
Yeah, so you're digging that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, right? For sure. So Debbie's actually going to Texas A&M.
No, I'm going to UT.
She's a Longhorn. What do you do? Hook 'em. I can never do it. I always do this one. Hook 'em.
What are they doing?
So what if I do that? No? That's bad?
Yeah.
Okay. So hook 'em.
What are they
Austin,
doing?
right?
Yes.
I don't know. That's A&M?
Yeah. This is A&M, but you do this.
That's like,
A&M sucks.
got it.
Like.
She said it, not me. Not me. So what do you think of Patriot so far? You like it?
Yeah, I really like it.
Is it goofy? Is it fun? You learn anything?
Yes.
Tell me what you really think.
I actually love working here.
Really?
Yes. I couldn't have asked for a better first job.
So someone's actually behind her holding a gun to the back of her.
It's actually Kris.
Yeah, right. But yeah, she's helping us out and hopefully learning a couple things. And
Yeah.
helping. It's a good experience. So thank you for all of your assistance. And we're back.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Rachel, for that. That was wonderful. We've really got a great crew over there. It's very similar to the model that we have on the bolting side. Not as much focus on the commodity standard sizes for standard flanges, but everything they do over there is special alloy, special size, quick turnaround, that sort of thing. So just like there's a strong place for that in the bolting world, there is also probably even a more higher demand on the gasket side. So, yeah,
For sure.
So we've got some parts that we're going to go through, right, Bryce?
Real quick though, I gotta bring this up.
Come on.
You just said that your glasses make you look less bald.
Let's.
So can you please, I want some comments on this one. Can you please comment on this?
Does it take away from the baldness? Maybe a little less shine on the head, maybe.
I want to hear our thousands and thousands of listeners
so
what
that's
their
before,
opinion.
and that's after. Maybe we can take a little poll or a little.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We need some feedback.
What do you
on this.
prefer?
Glasses or no glasses? That is the question.
So the sales team within Patriot Bolt is not qualified to vote on this. So
Yeah.
everybody else, all the other 4 viewers that we have,
You cannot be affiliated with Patriot.
yeah. So I expect all 4 of you to vote on this. So before, after.
There we go.
All right. Big or small?
Let's go big, baby.
Let's go big. So we actually have tons of these running right now.
Cat nuts. That's actually not a cat nut
I
yet.
think I just pulled something. So we had one ship out today that was way bigger than that. I think it was 7 1/4 OD. That one's a 2.5 8 cap nut. It is. I just literally pulled these off the mill or the lathe. So these are heading to the mill to get the flats, the hex.
You can see this little turn down this line right here, and this is where the hex. This part will be hex. So we'll have to mill 6 flats on this.
Yep. And then the same thing here. This is just a different configuration. This is a 2" 8, little smaller hex that's going on top. All B7 for a very good customer. I mean, these go into a variety of different applications. Basically, they're just protecting the end of the studs. High temperature, a variety. Like I said, turbines.
So the material would be
exchangers.
called grade 7.
Grade 7. Actually, this customer specifically called out B7 for these. There was, I think, 4 different sizes that they just said, we want this made out of B7. But,
Okay, let's talk this through.
okay, let's talk it through.
So B7 is a material that's called out in ASTM A193, which is specifically for bolting material, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you can make a nut out of that bolting material, but the technical nuance would be to call it grade 7 since it's a nut technically.
I would agree with you there, but I think since this is a special part, and again, a customer can tell us to make something out of it. We make these out of B16.
Yeah.
And that's a bolting material. It's not a nut material.
Sure.
So we just do what our customers want at the end of the day.
Sure.
And if they ask us for our expertise, we'll give them, our opinion and our knowledge. But at the end of the day, you want a B16 cap nut, you're getting a B16 cap nut.
So on this nut, we're going to stamp B7 on it,
B7,
because
without a
that's
doubt.
what the customer ordered.
Without a doubt.
All right. And that's the way they told us to identify
Yeah,
it.
man. We just do what we're told, baby.
It's true.
Yep.
All right, I like it.
So, like I said, there's actually 4 different sizes of these. We had one that was really big, 7 1/4 OD. I think it was a 5 1/4. No, it was a 5. It was either a 5 1/4 or a 5" 8 thread pitch.
Yeah, we've got a picture of that. I'll
We'll throw it on.
throw it on the.
It's too heavy for me, man. I'm getting old. This was a 2.5 8. We have another one that's out there. It's about like this. It's a 2" 8 as well. And then this is a 2" 8. Just a little smaller. So, cool cap nuts.
Very nice.
It seems like we're always running cap nuts. It's a very common thing to run. Here's another cool power. I got a customer that called us about a couple weeks ago, and they wanted some. These are called nut washers. I don't know how well you can see that. So these are made out of 1045. I mean, I think typically they're going to be stamped out and made by the tens and hundreds of thousands probably. But customer needed them fast. Asked me if I could do anything. So we're actually laser cutting these things out of plate. Throw it on the machine.
That's thick. Was that 3/4 of an inch?
That was a 1/2 inch plate. Half an inch plate. It's weird because the configuration makes it look different, but it is a 1/2 inch plate. It's a 1045's material.
So they're cutting this form out, and then they're piercing the hole in the center.
So the laser pierced the hole. Yep. And then we actually drilled the smaller holes on the end. And then there's a countersunk hole. I don't know if you can kind of see that countersunk hole there. It's got a 5/16 24th fine thread tapped in the middle there. And then they turn this thing down, so you can kind of see the configuration there. So it becomes a thin washer that is going to be attached to that nut. I don't know the end application, but I think it's aerospace related.
It looks like a follower, a gland follower for a stuffing box on a valve, but that may not be the application.
It's definitely not going into a valve, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going on a wing of an airplane.
Okay.
And it's holding something on there. The tolerances even said they're not that critical. It's just to hold something together on a wing or inside of a wing, maybe. So, kind of a cool part. Just something way different. I mean, when I saw this, like, what in the world is this? But after we threw our brains together, we figured out a good way to make it and make it fairly quick. So we're turning this around at about, laser cutting and machining. There's 400 pieces, I think, was the total. Turn around in 3 weeks, and then it's got to be, there's a special, dry lube that's going on.
Okay. Nice.
dry lube on the nut washer, sir.
Nice.
So those are the parts of the week. I mean, kind of cool. Some big, some small. Like to mix it up.
All right, very good. Thanks for that, Bryce. That's awesome.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So we are not doing mailbag.
We're not doing mailbag, but just to recap from our hunting trip, we posted a video yesterday which just showed some video and images and highlights of that trip. I'd say it was pretty successful.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
if you get a chance, I mean, go to Tomorrow Ranch out of content.
Tomorrow Ranch. It's owned by a guy named Bill Morrow, and he's got his two sons basically that run the ranch. So they do breeding of exotic animals out there. They've got a very sophisticated setup, and then they will harvest animals. We've got the two animals that we were able to harvest. We have them being processed and cleaned right now.
Oh baby, eating good.
So
Hungry.
one was a big buck axis. It was about 34 inch, I think, from the base of the spike all the way to the tip. And then
What was that?
and then the
Where? Where are you measuring that from?
The other was a bull
Nil guy.
Nil guy.
I should have let you destroy that. I don't think Kris has ever said nil guy in the proper way.
Nil guy.
Gale?
Nil guy.
They Gale.
I don't know what it is about that word. I think I
Nil guy.
instantly become
Dyslexic?
Dyslexic, yeah.
There's a bunch of other words I wanted to say. I didn't want to offend our loyal listeners.
Nilgai. It's an
Nilgai.
Indian exotic bull. Well, actually, it would be considered exotic in India. I guess it would be considered exotic in Texas. But yeah, there's supposed to be the meat on that animal is supposed to be even better than Axis, and Axis has a very good reputation of being wonderful. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's good eating. Yeah, good times. And,
We took out some great customers. I think they had a great time. We were able to talk shop and talk business, and I think it advanced the relationship a little further.
right on the critter getter.
The critter getter was, you saw that little amphibious vehicle we were riding around there, and that was really cool. It was a completely propane-powered ranch vehicle. It had a huge lift on it, four-wheel drive, continuous. It could hold probably, I bet, 10 people in that thing.
Yeah, only bad part, it didn't have a bathroom on it.
No bathroom, but there were plenty of bathrooms out there. You just had to find the right tree. And,
Be careful being next to a tree out
the
there.
only person that was going to judge you is the animals that were out there.
And there's some judging too, because tell you what,
Very true.
Weston being one of those animals. I hope you're watching this, Weston.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. So, all right, everybody, I appreciate you joining us this week. We've got kind of a long weekend, even though we'll still be on call, we'll still be available. We've done a little extra work in the shop this week so that we can let the guys off on Monday. So we will officially be off Monday or Tuesday, but we've got a big crew that's on call and on standby.
We're available anytime. Call me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning.
I dare you.
Just call him. I mean, even if you
Just
don't
to
need
talk.
anything, just ring us home.
Just to talk. Because I'll probably still be awake. And it might be a fun
And
conversation.
hopefully he has underwear on.
Oh, duh.
Okay. All right, guys. Have
Like.
a happy 4th.
Comment, share,
Like, comment, share.
your bolt.
Your hose.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say gasket because we have the gasket side of stuff.
well done. Well
All
done.
right, guys.
Thank you. Adios.
Bye.
Boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my boats and hoes. Boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me